In November of 2023, the Swell Pod took a 10-day journey across 5 states, traveling 3,580 miles with one challenge in mind.
And that challenge was to interview 100 pleasantly rebellious humans to uncover deep truths about what it takes to create something that has never existed before, challenge the status quo, maybe even change the world.
This is the Kiln Road Trip, created and produced by the Swell Pod.
In partnership with Kiln, Moterra Camper Vans, and sponsored by Taurus.
I'm Spencer McKeown.
And I'm Josh Taylor, and together we're the co-hosts of the Swell Pod and your guides on the Kiln Road Trip. Follow along on the journey.
Be sure to subscribe to the podcast, follow the Swell Pod on social media, and subscribe to your YouTube channel at, you guessed it, the Swell Pod.
This is interview 104 of the Kiln Road Trip, and today we're at the Kiln Cabin in Sundance, Utah, talking with Kyle Kilcomons, the VP of Marketing at Kiln. Without Kyle and the support from Kiln, the Kiln Road Trip would not have been possible. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. We hope you enjoy.
Oh man, welcome to the Kiln Road Trip in partnership with the Swell Pod. Kyle, I can't believe that we've come to the end of the road trip.
The final interview.
Yeah.
The final, best till last, that's for sure. Well, let's get you started. So introduce to our audience who you are and then also what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Kyle Kilcomons and I'm the VP of Marketing for Kiln, and I've had the pleasure to work with you both on this incredible journey, and it's been fun to watch it come together. I know we had a conversation about this, and it was just an idea, maybe a year ago or so, and now we're sitting here wrapping it up. So thank you for making it through.
Yeah.
Thank you for believing in it.
Yeah.
Why did you believe it? No.
Yeah, no, that's a good
Well,
question.
we could ask you that, but then we also want to know about how you came to Kiln. I don't know why you decided
absolutely.
what your past is.
I mean, I think I believed in it because it was an incredible idea and it was a lofty goal. And, I really think that setting a lofty goal is really crucial to success and doing something big. And, we looked at it and you're like, well, this is kind of crazy, but like, that's what made it so cool. And, the way to shoot for something big and, really dig deep and do something different was super exciting for Kiln. And it really just aligned with what we like as a brand and unlocking the stories of the things that happen within Kiln. And that's exactly what you guys did. So.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. So if we'd only done 25 interviews,
would have turned it down. Like, no way.
To 2 locations. So tell me about your past though. Like, who is Kyle really? And how did you find marketing? You've got an interesting past from winter sports, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've worked in sports for the last 15 years or so. But prior to Kiln, I was working at NBC Sports across a lot of different properties, NFL, Tour de France, Formula One, Premier League, and helped really launch the Versus brand coming out of Outdoor Life Network into NBC Sports, and really had the opportunity to work on a lot of sports I truly respect. And I was working between the sales team and the production team, coming up with cool ideas that I knew people wanted to buy, and also that our production team would execute and then getting it done. So it was really straddling both the sales side, the production side, and marketing. So I was able to really see the full scope of how live sports production works and is sold. And it was an incredible experience. And I ended my time at NBC Sports really working on the Olympics. And I knew I wanted to move out to a mountain town and work in skiing and snowboarding. And I pitched my dream job to the ski team. I wrote the letter to the CMO, Mike Jaquet, who is actually a Kiln member now. But I basically scoped him my dream job for the ski team. I wrote it. I went on a surf trip to Costa Rica. I didn't send it. And I came back and basically that same job was posted, and
what?
away we go. So, and then so we packed up, moved out of New York City and moved to Park City, Utah 10 years ago. And, I had my dream job working for the ski team. I started just doing video, and then was able to build the entire creative and content department, and, really support a lot of really great partners, 180 athletes, and, focusing on a lot of domestic events across the US at a lot of resorts I really respect. So it was really, it was a dream, and working with a ton of athletes that now I can, call friends and get to watch their careers unfold and watch them succeed, and, really be a part of that was something special. Did 3 Olympics with the team, and then moved on in the summer about a year ago, consulted a bit, and then found Kiln. And I had a couple people that I knew that worked out of Kiln Park City that just couldn't say enough good things about Kiln. And I didn't really understand what it was at the time until I saw it. And I met with Arian and Lee and Andrea and Jeff and the team, and really saw what their vision was. And their vision was so strong and clear about what this could be. And the brand is so strong that I just knew it was somewhere I wanted to be. And the ability to connect with people and build community and help businesses thrive and create a place that feels good to be, and get more people involved in that, right? And then continue to build these communities in different cool towns that I truly respect. It's just like, it's a great opportunity. And it's been a super fun journey, and it's been a year now, and it's gone really fast. A lot of growth and a lot on the horizon to come. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Inspiring. But, I mean, what are you laughing at?
Just like that was a nice long pause, and then inspiring.
Well, inspiring. I just love when someone's done, they've been on this journey and they've done some pretty cool things already. Like, ski, certainly from a ski and brand perspective, but then you saw this really strong message, strong, brand that you could see, and you want to be a part of it. So I think that's inspiring. What is your challenge right now, the biggest challenge for marketing for Kiln?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a challenging marketplace right now. Commercial real estate is tough. People's behaviors are changing, and a lot of things are unknown in the financial environment. Things are tough in tech. Some people are thriving, but others, it's hard to make big decisions. But that's where Kiln comes in and can be a really special partner. But it's just those market dynamics are tricky right now, right? Like with where we're at with the economy, and where businesses are at with growth and making big decisions. But that's where Kiln can kind of step in, and you're not signing a 10-year lease like used to happen. So like that's really the solution, right? It's like a more flexible environment that can scale up, can scale down, you can grow with, and we can be really nimble with how we support remote teams. And Kiln really started before the pandemic, and Arian and Lee learned a tremendous amount building co-working across the world in some of the best cities. But then right into COVID, and people's behaviors changed, and we were really adapting with that. And then what's next, and where does hybrid work go, and how do you create an environment where people want to come to the office? And that's really the key to difference maker, where companies are having a problem getting people who want to come to the office. They want to be at home, but how do you make coming to the office a way better experience, better performance, better community, better lifestyle, and better value to employees that are going to be there?
What role does then marketing or your role play in that? In that solution?
So, I mean, the marketing for something it's quite an interesting play, because we're B2B and we're also B2C, right? And the product is pretty diverse and works for a lot of different people. So, we got to get the word out, and we have to do it efficiently. Our biggest marketing avenue is really getting people to touch and feel the Kiln product, getting them to come through the doors and experience it, to meet the staff, to see the energy. And we just have to do that efficiently as we scale. And, the getting the financials right and getting the right people in the building, like when you're starting a new community in a place like Portland, or when we're going to Gilbert and Littleton and Provo, it's really getting the right people in the building to really build the right community that just feels good, because then everything builds off of that. It's like the foundation of the first few members is where it's going to go, and it's where it's going to build, and they tell their friends, and you start to build this real living, breathing ecosystem that's supporting each other and really helps people succeed.
That's a big challenge, isn't it? Because it's you've got so fill the spaces with great engaging events they can feel and taste kind of kiln, if you will. But you've got different clients, right? You've got these, your B2C client, well, whatever. You've got big clients, big decision makers, as well as this person that's just come out of college maybe and wants to start a business. Interesting. We sat. Did we tell you that we sat in the Littleton kiln?
Yes.
Well, we didn't sit because it was very dusty, and we'll have to let the audience know where that was. It was a swimming pool, an old gym.
We did a podcast in the pool.
Yeah, we did a podcast in the pool. I guess there's an example of you're going to recreate a new kiln community there, and you have to then somehow fill that pool, fill that kiln space,
Nice.
full of these fantastic, Well, here we go. Different question though. What are you going to ask?
Go for it. No.
Just community. What does it mean to then? You kept on referring to the community, and what do you think the kiln community is about, and what do kiln members, even though there's so many different types of members, what do they want? And what are they going to get from kiln in the future?
A lot of people want different things, but I think it's a place where they can walk in and they can feel like they can perform at their best, and they can get done what they need to get done, whether it's someone who wants to come in and just sit down and get their work done, or someone who wants to meet people and expand and grow their network. They're two very different types of people, every kiln really does have a unique feel in the community, and that's really driven by the members and the kiln staff who are there. And everyone is a little different, and it's hard to know how it blooms and develops. The members in Portland are very different than the members in Lehigh. The members in Provo are very different than the members in Boulder, but they all work. And it's really unique, and that's the cool thing about it, is watching it kind of grow and blossom, and the connections start to be made between people who never really knew they were going to go down that avenue. Like, you could be sitting next to an accountant if you're a creative, and you're learning from them, and you have the ability to bounce something off that's like totally foreign to you, but you get some insight, and vice versa, right? And that's like really, really develops, especially people who are building a business and who need advice, and who need to be next to someone who's in the trenches doing something really hard, and maybe having a tough day dealing with a problem, and the person next to you probably dealt with the same problem.
Yeah, I like that. That's great. Yeah.
So just as we're kind of getting close to wrapping it up, so you just recently had Kiln Provo that opened, and there I know that there are some other locations as well. Can you just tell me, so Gilbert is the next one after Provo, is that correct? Yeah. And when does that one open?
Gilbert is in winter of 24. We're looking at February 1st for Gilbert.
Cool.
That's in Santan Village.
Nice.
Yep, really cool spot.
Love Gilbert. Yeah. We were there many years ago.
Yeah.
Love that spot.
Just down the road from there.
Yeah. And then Littleton, when's that one?
Littleton's in early summer, late spring.
Okay.
Yep. It's funny, we're still kind of working through a couple of the plans, getting things right there. We're building some cabins in that old pool, some double-decker cabins.
Whoa.
Like, it's going to be a really cool space. It was an old 24-hour fitness.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that helps us kind of build our community in the Denver Boulder area. Boulder is an incredible community right now, and Littleton really kind of rounds out the other side of Denver there. And the way we work, we're not going to go to an inner city. We're not going to go to the core business district. We want to be in places where people want to be, right? And make it easy for them to get to the office and really merge work and lifestyle.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Are you going to go back to the ski team come 2034?
Yeah.
2034. I was actually texting with some friends about that this morning. Who knows? Who knows what's to come? I miss the snow sports industry. I miss those people. I miss the passion, but I really do love what I do at Kiln, and there's equal passion there. It's just a different focus. Working in the ski industry was a dream of mine, and we went through that, and it was an incredible time and incredible experience, and I'm super thankful for it.
Well, I know from our side, like it was like a 3-person team to really, I think, pull this thing off. Could not have done this without you. All the collaboration, for the last year to be able to even formulate something that we could actually pull off, I think. But then in addition to that, on the journey, you know, whether you're talking to Spencer, you know, all the time or, you know, trying to get us to do something, I don't know, but literally like, I really appreciate not only your help, but your belief in the project and catching the vision and kind of helping stand with it, you know, through the, through the development.
You caught the vision and then you just had, you know, you knew it wasn't going to be plain sailing, perfect, or in every instance, and very patient, and made it what it is. So thank you, Kyle.
Well, thank you guys. You guys did an amazing job, and it was an absolute pleasure to work with you. And you know, your idea was big, but we really saw it come to fruition, and you guys absolutely killed it.
Do you want to ask the last question?
Sure. So yeah, I know you've been prepping for this for for months. I only just gave Kyle the question, but no. What does it take to create something that didn't exist before? And that might be from your ski team days, the things that you did there that were experiential or different, or now. But what does it take to create something that didn't exist?
Before we get into the rest of the episode, we want to thank the partners and sponsors who made the Kiln Road Trip possible. The Kiln Road Trip is brought to you by Kiln. Kiln is a boutique co-working and flex office community with 13 locations in 6 states across the West, dedicated to providing innovative workspaces that empower your team to thrive. Whether you're a solo visionary or an enterprise-level team of up to 100, Kiln transcends being merely a place to work. It's a hub for learning and connecting with like-minded professionals that will make you and your team love where you work.
And if you haven't stepped foot inside a kiln yet, you really need to. On this road trip, we visited every single location, and trust us when we say once you see these beautifully designed spaces, meet the talented team, and connect with fellow members, you won't want to work anywhere else.
Locations include Utah, Colorado, Idaho, Oregon, California, and Arizona. And they're growing too, with multiple locations set to open in 2024.
Yeah, so be sure to check out the kiln locations nearest you by booking a tour at Kiln.com and answer Swell in the question, how did you hear about us? Once you complete the tour, you'll be entered into a competition where you could win a 1-year membership, their club membership at Kiln.
Yep, you heard that. That's Kiln.com, book a tour, and be sure to mention Swell in the question, how did you hear about us?
The Kiln Road Trip is also brought to you by Moterra Campervans, a luxury campervan rental company for iconic road trips. Their top-of-the-line vans are available at 7 locations located near America's best outdoor adventure destinations. They have consistently earned the highest customer ratings in the industry, making Moterra Campervans your gateway to adventure without sacrificing on comfort or service.
That's true, and initially we wanted to take this journey in a 1960s VW bus, but thankfully we found Moterra instead. With 3 van options, we took the Pop Top Classic, which sleeps 4 and is best for those who want to maximize floor space and storage. This was critical for us because it needed to sleep the entire crew, we needed space to edit, and we were traveling with large amounts of equipment, luggage, and, other goodies that we picked up along the way.
And this van took us through all 3,580 miles of the trip. Super comfortable and sweet to drive.
And actually, Moterra offers fully planned itineraries if you'd rather leave the planning to someone else.
Visit gomoterra.com/swell. That's gomoterra.com/swell.
This episode is also brought to you by Taurus. Taurus is leading the charge in home energy storage. Taurus makes it easy to achieve energy independence and a greener tomorrow. The Taurus station provides everything you need to generate clean power, efficiently store electricity, and easily manage your energy use.
And installing a Taurus station offers plenty of benefits, including save money on your electricity bill,
also ensure energy security with backup power during outages,
reduce carbon emissions with renewables.
You can also automate EV charging and HVAC systems with 100% renewables,
and enjoy unrivaled system monitoring and support.
If you like the sound of those benefits, get a quote to build your Taurus station in less than 30 seconds. Super easy at taurus.co. That's TORUS.co. Now, let's get back to the episode.
I think it takes a vision and focus. And, really staying truly focused on that vision is where you see people really succeed. And when you try to chase too many things, it kind of becomes diluted. So I think like having a true vision and real conviction in that vision, and then also the ability to stay focused and keep the noise out, right? And you stay focused on that end goal, and you stay focused on what you set out to do. You know, you can't stay too focused, right? Where you're not nimble and you can adjust. But I truly think it's just vision and focus on that vision and the ability to execute.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of the Kiln Road Trip. Be sure to follow along on the rest of the journey, and you can do that in 2 ways. 1, subscribe to the podcast, whether you're listening on Apple, Spotify, or maybe even watching on YouTube, and follow along on all of our social media platforms, whether you're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or TikTok, at the Swell Pod. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next episode.